Hello, brother. The lighting is doing me good today, bloody hell. Just about getting some sunlight through those trees. It's nice. I see a lot of guys on the internet, and it really is sad to see, and I want to address some of my videos in this as well, because I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression and start taking it in a negative or toxic way. All I ever do is preach for you to respect yourself, to respect women. Do not go around being a bad person. I want to make this very, very clear. With any video that you see of mine on the internet, take my advice with a pinch of salt. Don't just blindly follow. Try and test it in reality, in the real world, because everyone's situation is different. There is not a rule book for you to follow. There is not a set way for you to do things in life. Everyone is different. Every girl that you interact with is different, okay? And I think a lot of you guys, especially on the internet space, you'll watch videos like mine, for example. You'll watch videos like Hamza or maybe Andrew Tate, or you'll watch some red pill or some black pill kind of stuff. If you've ever delved deep into those contents, you can see the toxic side of it, right? And a lot of these guys on the internet, these like alpha male guys, they're trying to preach to you that women are the enemy. I hate seeing this stuff, man. I remember seeing this like podcast of the Fresh and Fit guys, and they titled it, "Why We Hate Women." And I'm just thinking, bro, are you the guys that are trying to raise the youth? You're trying to raise this generation of men, and you're saying we hate women? That is some incel level shit. That's just really is bad. So please, if you are a young man watching this, this is dangerous, man. Be very careful with the information that you consume and with the information that you decide to make your reality, okay? For example, when I make videos and I tell you guys, you may have heard if you watch me regularly, about the attention currency, which is basically when I say to you boys, don't go around giving away all your attention and energy and time to a girl that is not reciprocating. I'm not trying to say this in a manipulative way. I can understand how it can be perceived in a manipulative way. I understand how it seems like you're tricking the girl into liking you. This is not what I mean. It's simply about respecting yourself. If I was to walk down the street and let's say I ran into a guy, okay, and he said, "Oh mate, can I borrow some money off of you?" I was like, "Yeah, go on then mate, here, but only if you pay me back by Monday." "Okay, cool, no worries, shake on it, that's a deal. I've given you the money. You promised me you'll pay me back. Or even if you don't promise me, it's just a given, right? You're gonna pay me the money back. Cool, no problem. Now, if next Monday this guy doesn't pay me back, I've given him money and he doesn't pay me back, he doesn't reciprocate, and then I give him more money after that, can you see how that makes me kind of stupid? Can you see how that makes me a bit naive? Right? It makes me a bit ignorant to then go and do that. I'm kind of just disrespecting myself. It is the same principle with your attention in regards to women. If you text a girl on Instagram and she does not reply to you, if you ask a girl a question and she doesn't reply to you, if you're giving away endless amounts of love and attention and affection to a girl, even if you are in a long-term relationship and you love this girl and she is your girlfriend, if she then disrespects you, if she then treats you like shit, if she takes you for granted, if she bosses you around, if she talks to you in a negative tone, whatever it may be, you define what disrespect is for you. It may be different for me, it may be different for you. There is no rule book. Please remember this. There is no rule book, okay? But the main principle is just don't allow yourself to be disrespected. This is not to say that you can't go and love a girl. This is not to say that you can't show love or affection. I know a lot of guys in this very unhealthy, and I wouldn't really say I delved too deep into this, but I felt myself slipping a little bit. When I was in my single man phase, I felt myself slipping a little bit into this mindset. I always held true to my gentlemanly values. I always made sure I was a gentleman, regardless of the girl I was with, whether I was single and I was just with some hoes, or whether I'm in a relationship. I always made sure, I've been raised like this, to make sure that I'm a gentleman. I look after the people that I'm with. This is just about being a good person. It's not even about interpersonal relationships with women. It's just about being a good person. I want to make sure the person I'm with is looked after, is safe, and I respect them. I show them respect until proven otherwise, right? So I always followed that. But a lot of guys walk around and they see this stuff on the internet that tells you to hate women, that tells you women are the enemy, that tells you women only want this, and if you're not this, then you're not going to get any girls. For example, like you have to be 6'4", or you have to be a millionaire, or you have to have this level of status or followers on Instagram, or you have to have these genetics, right? They'll tell you this stuff and they'll drill it into your brain, and they'll tell you if you do not have these things, women will not want you. And they'll say this and say, oh, it's the woman's fault as well. It's not your fault, it's the woman's fault. Women are the enemy, we should hate women because of this. because we're all more than happy to accept a girl that doesn't have all the perfect, requirements, but women aren't able to do it. Oh, well, we should hate them. This is their mindset. Can you see how stupid and toxic this is? Because number one, every girl has preference. So what they're saying just factually isn't true. And I swear the guys that say these kind of things, the guys that tell you boys to hate women, to hate, long-term relationships, to cheat and to lie and to deceive women because they're the enemy, the guys that tell you this don't get women. They have no experience, because if they did, they wouldn't be telling you this shit. It's just, or if they do, they've only ever had very low quality hoes, basically. They've only ever been around hoes. They've never had something real, a real deep connection with a girl. They've always just had hoes, which is fine. Do what you want. Myself personally, I value love and I value relationships over hoes. I value that relationship lifestyle, being in a long-term relationship, over sleeping with loads of hoes. That is more important to me, okay? So if that's not the case, then fine, it doesn't matter to you. But the same principle still applies. Do not hate women. Women, feminine energy is the most beautiful thing in the world, especially for you as a driven, ambitious, masculine man. You will not feel truly fulfilled with your life unless you have a beautiful girl by your side who's feminine and who looks after you and nurtures you and cares for you and cooks for you, whatever it may be. She loves you. And you won't have that. You won't have that fulfillment unless you've got that in your life. So for you to walk around hating women, thinking they're the enemy because they want this and they want that, first of all, that's just not true. Because I've met some girls that say, well, yeah, I want a guy that's 6'4". He has to be this exact height. Cool. That's just what they're into. Don't hate her for that. What's wrong with you? That's like me saying, I don't know, I don't think like this, but let's say hypothetically, I only like black girls, right? Yeah, I only want a black girl. You're not going to hate me for that. That's my preference. Or, oh, I only like a girl with big boobs or some shit. That doesn't mean that I'm toxic. That doesn't mean that I'm the enemy. It just simply means, oh, okay, that's my preference. That's what I'm attracted to. Why are you walking around hating on women because they have a preference? If you meet a girl and she says, yeah, sorry, you're a nice guy, but I only like guys that are 6'4". First of all, that's just not going to happen. I don't think that's ever happened to me in my entire life, where they've said like a specific thing, like, oh, I only like this, and it has to be this. There is a lot of exceptions out there, and also girls have preference, okay? So just please understand this, number one, but also understand that when you're walking around with this hatred mindset, when you're walking around with this resentment for a woman, and you're trying to do this whole alpha male thing of acting cold and not giving any love, not showing affection to a girl, guys will literally be, and I've heard this and it makes me fucking cringe because they're usually young guys that don't really have much experience, and they'll say things like, oh yeah, I've been with my girl for like a year. I'm in a long-term relationship. I love her. Like, we're having a man-to-man talk, and she's telling me, like, yeah, I literally love this girl. But, well, I've got to be an alpha male, so I'm not going to text her. Or, I'm not gonna show her any love. Or, yeah, I don't hug my girl. No, because if I hug her, if I give her too much attention, then she'll fall out of love with me. What is this shit? It's just so bullshit. It genuinely is, bro. I'm standing here in the middle of the woods, and my mind is it's baffled by this level of internet idiocy. What's the fucking word, bro? Idiocy. Whatever, by idiots, bro. It's crazy. Real life experience will teach you all that you need to know. Please take everything that you see on the internet. You don't know these guys. You don't know me. Okay? I could be lying for all you know. Now, luckily, you stumbled across some authentic channel here. I'm not lying to you. Hopefully, that kind of portrays in the way that I speak to you. However, I could be, right? And so could everything else that you consume on the internet. They could be lying about what they know. They could be just deluded. They could just be misinformed. They could be resentful about an ex that hurt them, and now they've got some toxic hatred towards women. And you're listening to these guys with your young mind. You're taking in that information and you're choosing to believe it. Can you see how this is going to toxically affect you in the future? If you meet a girl and you're absolutely in love with this girl, you genuinely love her, you care for her. If you meet this girl and you try and do all this alpha male, she loves you as well, by the way. And you must understand, female psychology is very complicated unless you start to understand it. When you're first getting into all this like relationship stuff and you're trying to understand girls and the way they think and the mood swings and the emotional roller coaster that they go on, it's very confusing. It can be a mind fuck, but that's what makes you so attracted to her, is the fact that she's like that. If she was stoic, if she never showed emotion, if she was masculine, you wouldn't be attracted to it. So be grateful for the fact that she is emotionally just all over the place and quite confusing. That is exactly why you're attracted to her. However, you must understand that if you're in a relationship, a long-term one, and you are cold to your girlfriend and you are almost rude to her, because you're trying to be an alpha male and you think you genuinely have convinced yourself, if I show love, if I show affection, I'm a beta male. You're going to push the girl away, number one. But also, you are literally closing off a part of your heart to... I know this sounds sloppy, but don't take it in a sloppy way. If anyone here has had real life experience with a woman in a real long-term relationship, you've genuinely been in love, you'll know that what I'm saying is true, right? I'm going to get onto the whole attention currency and the red pill kind of stuff in a minute and what is actually good from that. Because there is some good to what these guys say on the internet about game and about, you know, understanding this kind of stuff. There is some good to it, but just understand that, okay, if you get into a long-term relationship and you don't show your girl any love, ever, you never give her attention, just the minimum, because, oh, I've got to be alpha. The alpha male wouldn't hug his girl. I've literally seen guys say, I don't eat pussy because I'm an alpha male, because eating pussy is beta. I've literally heard guys say that. And they'll say, like, yeah, because animals, when animals fuck, they only fuck. You don't see an animal eating pussy. I know this stuff is vulgar, but it's like, can you see how tapped these guys are, bruv? If you genuinely don't enjoy eating pussy, fair enough. Each to their own. I'm not trying to force you to do anything you don't want to do. But don't not do it because you think that if you do it, it makes you something that you're not. I can do whatever I want. Because I do it confidently, you can't call me a beta male. I hate these terms, but you can't call me a beta male. You can't call me this, you can't call me that. Because I just own it with confidence. I don't give a fuck. You could say, oh, well, standing in the woods by yourself, talking to your phone on YouTube is beta. Like, you could say this shit. People just make shit up. And then the masses start to accept it as reality. Well, eating pussy must be... Bruv, I'll eat pussy any day. I love it. I love it, bruv. And because I'm good at it, the woman does too. Believe me, she doesn't think I'm a beta male when I'm down there, okay? So if you have this level of confidence in yourself and you actually enjoy what it is that you're doing, understand, again, please, if you're going to take anything from this, there is no rule book to follow. There are no, oh, you should do this, and if you don't do it, you're going to fail. That's just not how life works. It really isn't. I could say to you right now, okay, when you first meet a girl, don't text us too soon after you've gone on your first date. Let's say you guys have gone on a first date together. I could tell you, if you text a girl straight after the date, she's going to no longer be attracted to you. She's going to ignore you. She's going to leave you because it shows that you're too keen. It shows you too clingy. I could say that to you, and I still can pull it off myself. I can do the exact same thing I've told you not to do and still pull it off, and it'll still work for me. Why is that? Because, number one, every single human being is different. They're not all the same. There is not a one grand scheme of, this is how it works, this is how it has to be. That's not how life works. What works for one girl might work differently for another. Okay, I'm just trying to get in the sun, bro. I'll get the vitamin D through the trees as much as I can. It's same in the bedroom. A lot of guys just do the same thing. They stay very, very predictable because, it worked for that one girl that I fingered back in high school. And then they do the same thing with every other girl for the rest of their life. And they wonder why they never get any better in the bedroom. They wonder why they never learn. They stay just shit in the bedroom forever because they don't understand that, women are actually different. Each girl that I meet is going to be different from the last. They might have similarities. They might have certain feminine traits, I guess you could say, that make them similar. But for the most part, they are different, okay? So you walking around thinking there's a rule book, thinking that you have to do certain things in order to be attractive to women or to be an alpha male is just bollocks. Please understand the framework of what the red pill and all that kind of stuff teaches you. Like, yes, your attention is valuable. Like I said before with the money analogy. If I was giving money away to people that said they would pay me back and they never paid me back, and then I gave them more money, that is obviously going to make them lose respect for me, number one, because I'm not doing anything about it. I'm allowing myself to be manipulated and to be mugged off, basically. But also, they're just going to devalue me as a person. And the same thing applies with women. If you message a girl on Instagram and she does not reply to you, and then you keep messaging her, she's going to simply lose respect. She's going to see you as desperate. Now, this does not mean you take it to the extreme. I have to always give this disclaimer because guys will take it to the extreme all the time. Oh, well, I'm never, ever going to text a girl twice ever in my life. I'll text my girl right now 4 times in a row, bruv. I'm going to do it literally right now, just for the sake of it, just because I said it. I'm going to text her 4 times in a row without her replying. Nothing's going to happen. She's not going to lose any attraction to me. She's not going to lose any respect to me. It just, the principles are good to understand. Your attention is good to understand that, yes, if I give it away and I'm being disrespected and I keep giving it away, that's bad. But it doesn't mean that, oh, well, that means I have to go to one extreme and never give attention ever again because I'm a beta male. Do you understand what I'm getting at here? Or am I kind of just chatting shit? Do you get what I'm trying to say, right? There is no rule book. Do whatever you want to do. Learn from your real life experiences. Take the internet information with a grain of salt. Take everything that I tell you with a grain of salt. Don't just blindly follow. Don't just think, oh, well, it works for Luke, so it's going to work for me. It might not work for you. You might have a completely different personality. You might be meeting different girls that I'm meeting. All the little mini factors that can come into play will change whether or not it works. You might just do it in the wrong way. There is no rules to life. It's like saying that, oh, when you work out, you have to do this exercise to build muscle. No, you don't. Do what you want to do. Yes, understand the fundamentals of, okay, if I lift the weight slowly and controlled, I'm going to increase hypertrophy a lot more than if I was to just lift it really fast, right? That's the fundamental of working out. If you can understand that, that's going to help you. But it doesn't mean that it's the only way to do it. You can still build muscle, lifting fast, lifting quick. But obviously, to optimize it, to make sure if you really want the best out of it, it's good to understand the fundamentals. Do you see what I'm getting at here? So don't blindly just follow people's advice. Don't hate on women as well as another thing I really want you to take from this is stop going around with this hatred. Learn to understand women. Learn to understand their emotional flows, this female psychology, all of this kind of stuff, rather than being scared, because part of you is scared, isn't it? It's your ego's involved. You're scared of being rejected. You're scared of being hurt by women. You're scared of coming to a realization that you don't actually understand women and that maybe you're quite bad with women. But that's fine. You have to start somewhere. I was absolutely horrendous. I still remember my first date to this day. I went to KFC. Fucking KFC, bro, on a first date. I was 15 years old. Or maybe I was 14. I can't remember. I was young as fuck. And I took this girl to KFC. I got a chicken snack. What's it called, bro? A snack box. You know, the little chicken bowl things. I got a box of that with some chips. Can't remember what she got. And we literally just sat there. I didn't even say a word. We just sat there and kind of just, nice day today. And like, it was so awkward. I was terrible. This was me, bro. And now I have a YouTube channel teaching you boys basically how to be attractive, how to be the kind of man that women actually want to sleep with. How do I do that, right? I must have learned something. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I've started at that bottom level and you just build yourself up like anything in life. So instead of hating it, if I was to ride a bike and learn to ride a bike for the first time and kept falling off, I'm not going to then start hating on the bike. Like, oh, well, it's because the wheels are shit. Oh, it's only got 2 wheels. That's why I hate bikes. I'm never going to ride a bike. You know what? I'm just going to drive cars. If I started to hate on it, I'm never going to learn how to do it. Part of me deep down wants to learn to ride the bike, but because I'm hating on it, because I don't understand it, I'm never going to learn. I'm never going to actually truly be able to appreciate the beauty of riding a bike. And the same applies to women. Now, please don't go in the comments and call me a misogynist because I'm comparing women to bikes or anything, but you get what I'm saying, right? If you hate it, it's most likely because you don't understand it. So just stop with this incel level, like, weird mindset. Like, oh, women are the enemy, kill all women. Like, stop with this shit. It's so embarrassing. Please get off the internet. A lot of you boys need to understand, if you just went out in the real world, you cut your fingernails, you had a shower, you looked after yourself, you made yourself presentable, and you sorted your energy out as well. That's a very, very important thing. And you understood how females think. You understand the female brain and what actually goes on in there. For example, like, if a girl thinks you're a player, she'll do certain things, like she'll make herself very, very, very hard to get. She'll start ignoring your texts. She'll start just randomly just not replying to you, even though everything was good. She'll do things like this to test you, to see if you text her back. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. There is no framework. Oh, well, if a girl ignores you, it means this, and that's it. Like, no, this is not how it works, not how life works. Number one, every girl's different. Number two, every situation's different. Nothing is just a never-ending reoccurrence of like, yep, this is how it is. If a girl ignores you, it could mean she's not interested. It could mean she's found out something about you that she doesn't like, and now she just needs to take some time to emotionally process it. It could mean she's busy. It could mean she's with her mum and she's talking and she's seen your text, but she can't reply yet. It could mean anything. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many different options that it could be. It doesn't mean, oh, well, if a girl ignored me, bro, oh my gosh, I hate women now because they ignore me because I'm not 6'4". It's not this. Just please understand female psychology by going out and actually practicing. Start somewhere. Even if you have to start from the lowest point and just start saying hello to women when you walk down the street. Anywhere, man. Just start understanding how they respond to things. Observe them, not in a fucking weirdo way, but in a way of like, right, when that guy said that to her, she laughed. That's interesting. Was that a real laugh? Was that a fake laugh? Just pay attention. Okay, you'll promise you, listen to the way that girls speak to each other when they're together as well. That's a very, very good one. I've been around a lot of girls, like I'll be with a girl myself and she'll have her girlfriends and they'll talk with each other just quite openly. And yeah, I learn a lot about female psychology and the way and what females genuinely like from being around her girlfriends. So that's another good one. I've been so nice to you recently. I've really like toned down my aggressiveness. I'm really trying to work on that. I don't want to shout at you. I don't want to be aggressive to you. I know sometimes I might have to tap into the military mode and be aggressive and shout at you and stuff like that, because sometimes you just need to kick up your ass. Sometimes you are just genuinely being lazy and it's like, you know what you need to do, but you don't do it. So sometimes I need to shout at you, bro, but big bro to little bro, I want the best for you. I don't want you to walk through this world struggling, hating, feeling negative about things. You should look around you and think, you know what, there's so many opportunities for me. There's so many possibilities in life. Life is fucking beautiful. And just look at this. How gorgeous that is, man. It's like something out of a... I don't even know what I was going to say. I don't know, an artwork or something, or a painting. It's gorgeous, man. It's the same with women. Women are absolutely beautiful. Please do not hate on them. You're not going to get anywhere by hating on them. I promise you now. This alpha male shit, being cold to women. There's a part of it that works, obviously, if you're with a hoe and you're a bit... The thing is with the red pill thing, and I know this is quite a long, kind of random video, but I hope you do appreciate all the little small gems that I'm dropping. The thing is with the red pill space, and they tell you to be an alpha male, you've got to be cold. You've got to not show any affection or any love. Don't ever show love to a girl. This will work at the start, and it's good. And some guys need to hear this and apply this of, like, you know, the attention thing that I always speak about. Don't give away too much attention. Don't text the girl over and over again when you first meet her, especially, because it just... If you're doing it in a cringy, kind of clingy, desperate way, it's going to put the girl off. It's going to push the girl away. But what a lot of guys do, and the mistake that they make, is they take it to the other extreme and they're like, well, I'm never going to text her twice ever, or I'm never going to give her a hug and tell her that she's beautiful because it means that, oh, I'm not an alpha male. Excuse me. This is just such a stupid mindset. Understand the fundamentals. Understand how it works. Understand that if you're too desperate, if you're too clingy, if you're giving it away too much and you find yourself being disrespected, again, you define what being disrespected is to you. For me, it might be something different. But for example, like if I ask a girl a question, whether she's my long-term girlfriend or not, if I'm genuinely giving her attention and love and affection and, you know, I'm giving her part of me and she's just cold with her replies, she's quite off, it doesn't mean that I'm then going to completely cut my attention away. It doesn't mean that I'm just going to completely ignore her. Because again, this is another part of female psychology. Maybe she's just genuinely upset. Maybe she's insecure right now. Maybe she's overthinking things and she just wants a hug from me. She just wants me to reassure her. That could be what it is. Maybe she's cold because she's cheating on me. You don't know what it is. You don't have any factual evidence. So the best thing is, if you feel like, right, listen, I'm being disrespected here, talk to her about it. And if she's still cold, if she's still like, nope, I'm not bothered, then yeah, maybe reduce your attention. Don't waste it. But it's just important to understand. I know maybe I'm confusing you here, but just understand the principles of what your attention is, how you can use it, but also don't be afraid to give it. I will show as much love as I want to a girl, but the moment that it's taken for granted, the moment that it's taken advantage of, the moment, for example, I give the money to the person and they don't give the money back, I'm not giving any more money until the person shows me that they are reciprocating or that they're at least grateful for what it is that I'm giving them. Now, the thing is with females, it's very messy. Their emotions get involved and their insecurities get involved. Women are very, very insecure, bro. Believe it or not, very insecure. You know, and you have to understand this and don't hate them for it. Don't be like, oh, stupid bitch, you wear makeup, but you want a guy that's 6'4". Like, stop hating. Stop with this negativity. I don't really know what my main point of this is. There's not like a main bit of value that I want to give you. I just want to talk, to be honest, and voice this kind of stuff, because I don't want my videos to come across as manipulative. I don't want my videos to come across as if I hate women, or if I'm a misogynist and I lie to women, or I deceive women. When I talk about the Playboy things and that kind of stuff, I don't tell you boys ever. I've never once said you should cheat on a girl. I've never once said you should lie, or you should deceive, or you should manipulate. I've never ever said that. I genuinely believe that women are absolutely beautiful, and I want you guys to respect them. I want you guys to be gentlemen. I want you guys to go out there and show a woman what a real man is. Not some boy that's playing games, not some guy that sits on the internet all day and then tries to be an alpha male. Anyone that says I'm an alpha male isn't an alpha male. Just keep it at that, right? If you're confident enough to do whatever it is that you want to do, if I want to show this girl this love, for example, the girl that I'm seeing right now, If I want to show her love, if I want to flood her with attention, I'll be laying in bed with this girl, and I'll turn around, I'll give her a kiss and a cuddle, and I'll be like, you are absolutely beautiful. I'll do that just randomly. Girls need this reassurance. Girls are very insecure. Give them the reassurance. If a girl likes you, by all means, give her as much love and attention and reassurance as you please, as you want. If you feel like doing that, then do it. However, this is where the fundamentals come in. If she disrespects you, if she's cold, if she's kind of very like, huh, yeah, thanks. If she doesn't really give much back, then you can start to think, okay, well, listen, I don't want to be taken for a mug. I don't want to be taken for granted. I'm giving you all this love and attention. Maybe you can talk to her about it. Listen, I feel like you're not really reciprocating it. I'm just telling you now, if you take me for granted, I'm not willing to be a mug and just keep loving you like this. I don't want to waste my energy on somebody that isn't reciprocating it. Be honest with her. Well, listen, I don't really feel like you're reciprocating the energy that I'm giving you. And I don't want to leave you, but if you keep doing this, if you're not really, respecting me in that way, if you're kind of taking my love for granted, then I'm going to walk. Always be willing to walk away, but always be willing to fight for what you've got as well. That's what I'm saying. It's all just about balance. Everything in the universe is about balance. I guess that's a perfect way to conclude this video. I know it's been messy. I know it's been all over the place, but it's just one of them raw ones. I don't really care, to be honest. I just wanted to talk. It's like therapy. Balance is absolutely everything. Give the girl as much love as you possibly want. Give her as much attention as you want. Show her that affection. Show her that love. Go and give her a kiss on the forehead and a hug, and go and tell her how absolutely gorgeous she looks, and tell her how you feel lucky to be with her. Tell her all of this cute shit. If you do it in a confident way and you're not a beg about it, like, oh, you're so beautiful. If you're not like a weirdo about it, like, you genuinely, like, I think you're absolutely beautiful. I hope you know that. You look deeply in her eyes and you tell her that I think you're absolutely gorgeous. You know that. I'm so lucky to have you, whatever it may be. Like, you do it in a smooth, in a confident, in a way where you don't mind saying this stuff. You're not insecure about saying it because, oh, I'm worried about being a beta male. Like, stop being like that. It's not doing you any good, I promise. I know you think you're an alpha male and you're walking around with your chest out thinking you're the big man. No one else sees it like that. It's cringy, okay? So please keep this in mind. I hope I got my point across. I don't want this to be misinterpreted in any way. Just don't hate women. Show as much love as you fucking want, bro. Especially if you're in a long-term relationship, show as much attention and love to that girl as you want. If it's the early stages, of course, don't be too desperate. Don't be too weird about it. Like, if you like the girl, maybe show her. Take her out on a date. Buy her some nice flowers. Okay, buy her some chocolates. Show what it is that you feel to the girl in a confident way. Like I said before, don't be desperate. Don't be weird about it. Here, these are for you. Give her some flowers. It's really nice to see you again. I enjoyed my time with you last time. Have you ever been here before? Bam, start making some conversation. Just do it in a confident way. But don't be afraid of showing that love. Now, obviously, if the girl starts to act a bit weird or cold, or she disrespects you, or she's kind of like, oh, I don't like those flowers. You know what I mean? If she's just a bit of a dick, then yeah, of course, don't do that for her again. That's when you reduce your attention, so to speak. That's when you reduce the love that you give the girl until she either sorts herself out or she goes, right? That's it. But when I tell you boys about this attention currency, when I tell you boys about this stuff, it's not to manipulate women. It's not to deceive women. It's simply just understanding them and understanding not to disrespect yourself as well. Because a lot of you guys are simps, and I don't like using these cringy words, but you are. You're giving away attention to a girl that hasn't even texted you back once. Now, that is just you disrespecting yourself. That is just you giving money away to somebody that never pays you back. That's what it is. So just keep that in mind, okay? By all means, I will give as much money away as I want to a person that I know reciprocates that in one way or another, whether that's, they are appreciative of it, whether they're grateful for it. I don't need anything back in particular. I don't need the money back. So I don't need the same thing back in terms of what the girl gives me, but I just want at least some gratitude from it, at least some appreciation for what it is that I do. That makes sense? Have I made my point clear here? Point being, don't take everything you see on the internet seriously. Take it with a grain of salt. Apply it to your real life. If it works for you in real life, great, do it. If it doesn't, don't do it. Ask yourself what your goals are. For me, I value love, I value relationships, I value all of that way much more than hoes and sleeping around and all that kind of stuff. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but I value love a lot more. So that's just my take on the situation. Don't hate women. Okay, good lad. Coaching's down below in the description if you would like to learn more from me. I'll see you soon.